When we call for gender equality, are we doing so simply because we want to do women a favor? For a long time, it seems feminism has found misunderstanding and distrust between the two genders. That is a great pity, given the courage many women have displayed in the cause of gender equality over the years, decades, and centuries. But remember this, what these trailblazers have struggled for is not liberation for women, but liberation for both women and men. As I argue for the rights of women, I do so on the premise that if women do not enjoy the civil rights that men do, that loss is to the detriment of all mankind, in terms of enlightenment and in terms of virtue. For when truth is reserved for the benefit of a chosen few, it is the great masses who are the losers. If children are expected to be educated to understand the true principles of the world, then their mother, the most important teacher in their early stages of development, must be well educated. And the love of mankind, from which an orderly set of virtues springs, can only be produced by considering the moral and civil interests of mankind. However, the education and situation of many women shuts them out from this, and that ultimately precludes all humans from liberation. Having more women in public life would benefit everyone, including men. Indeed, men need to learn, and they do so when women show up in their midst in numbers, not as one-at-a-time curiosities. Just as slavery erodes humanity of both the master and the slave, gender inequality degrades both women and men. So to the question I posed earlier, do we seek gender equality simply to do women a favor? My answer is a firm no. The genders united can do far more to contribute to humanity and its future than if they are divided and going their own ways. I believe that for all men to be free, men and women have to be free, meaning they must be equal partners. But one other element that is important as we consider the question of women and equality is confidence, and how much of that women can enjoy. It is heartening to see that more than half of Chinese graduate students today are now women, and consider this, during Winter Olympic Games in Beijing recently, of the 2,900 or so athletes who took part, more than 45% were women, a record for the Winter Games. And what about the Chinese women's football team winning the Asian Cup recently after 16 years without such a success? What a fantastic effort and a reminder to girls and women on this International Women's Day that gender is a visible, immutable characteristic that has no bearing on our ability to succeed, or at least ought not do so. Thank you very much.